Mason, I just wondered, have you done a lot of one-on-one work with Frank this season in particular? Because he was talking about you in pre-season, and obviously he's brought you into the team. Does he do a lot of personal one-on-one work with you? Because obviously a player who was a similar position to you.
Yeah, I think after training we would do some finishing sometimes, and doing stuff I think after training. Obviously talking to him every day, especially after the games, what I can do better, where I can make the runs, and where I can get into the box. So yeah, always speaking to him and trying to learn things every day. But yeah, I think mostly after training, doing finishing, and there's no other better person to learn from than him.
Mason, you had great success with the under-19s a couple of years ago, less successful with the under-21s last summer. What do you learn from more, success or failure?
I think looking back at the tournament with the 21s, you learn a lot. You learn a lot from winning because you can see how you've gone through each stage and how you've won games. But I think looking back at that tournament, you learn a lot as well. You look back and say, where did things go wrong, and where we can improve on.
Will it feel like you're slightly behind enemy territory when you go to Southampton, given your given your background?
Yeah. I'm born in Portsmouth, so I'm a Pompey boy and I'm a Pompey fan. But I'm got this badge on at the moment, so that kind of doesn't come into play too much. Obviously, looking forward to playing at Southampton, and it's a massive game for us. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
I know you played for Portsmouth. Was it ever close with Southampton? Was that somebody that you trained with as well?
I trained with Portsmouth, Southampton, Chelsea. But yeah, it was, as being a Pompey boy, I always wanted to play for Pompey. But when Chelsea come in, that was my main goal, to go and play for Chelsea. They're a massive team. But yeah, always support Pompey and always look at their results now.
Might get a few boos.
Maybe a few, maybe.
Hi, Mason.
Simon Peach.
From a Southampton fan. No, in all seriousness, has Declan Rice got you back yet?
No, he tried actually. I think it might have been yesterday. I was in the room. We was in the room together, and I said, "I'm gonna have a nap." So he went out, and he left my door on the latch. So he thought I was gonna go asleep. He was gonna come in and get me, but I realised that he put the door on the latch, and I closed it, so he couldn't get in after.
Can you quite believe that you could be making your debut alongside him? I mean, when you were first called up, he wasn't even representing England.
Yeah. To play with him, and as I said before, being so close with him, it's obviously a massive proud moment, and to make your debut for England is a dream. So yeah, hopefully you can play together.
And finally, from me, obviously we know a lot about the time at Derby, but Vitesse Arnhem obviously had a huge part in your career, and a lot of Chelsea players have gone there in the past. Some have succeeded, some haven't quite kicked on. What was key about that, and did you learn a lot being away from home? I know everyone speaks English in Holland, but what was that like? Yeah,
it was. That was kind of the first kind of step in my career to go to Holland. It was tough at the start. The first couple months I wasn't playing, but for me at 18 years old, that was the best step. I learned so much. My mentality got so much stronger, living away from my family. So yeah, it was very, very tough. And I would always say to any young player, go into Holland, go into Germany to play. Obviously, you gain so much experience from that international leagues. So yeah, it was the best thing for me. And I always look back and say thank you to everyone at Vitesse.
Before we go out, there's a special correspondent at the back there who's been...
Here he is.
Yeah. No questions?
Any questions, Deck?
I think we've done this. Yeah, Paul Joyce. Sorry, Paul, just use the mic quickly.
Tyrone Mings was in before, and there was a lot of sort of talk about the pair of you making your debuts. But for you in particular, if you look at the level of competition that there is in the front six positions for England, I mean, there's probably about 8, 9, 10 players. How difficult do you feel it's going to be to force your way in? And are you almost looking for the manager to just believe in you as a player and give you your chance? Because you're not probably going to do it on form-wise compared to 6 or 7 other players, because the competition's Sancho, Rashford, Sterling, Barkley, Henderson, Winks, Maddison.
I think the manager believes in everyone. That's why he's chose this squad. And as you said, the competition is so high. That's why training is so good, and the manager looks so much at training. If you're training well, so yeah, I think you've always got to train every day like it's your last. And as I said, yeah, he believes in everyone. That's why he's chose this squad. And if you're training well, I think you'd always get that opportunity.
Going back to in the last squad, did you leave that get together disappointed that you'd not been given your chance then, or did it make you? Or what was your sort of thoughts on that?
I didn't leave it disappointed at all. It gave me more fire to want to get into his next squad and want to play. That was all. That's my mindset. It wouldn't leave me disappointed. You look at the team; it's how good it is. I come away from that camp learning from what happened and giving me extra motivation to want to be in his squad and want to be in his team.
Can I ask you about your full Premier League debut against United? When did Frank tell you you were going to be in the team? How do you contend with playing on such a massive stage? Were you nervous? Can you just run through a little bit of that?
Yeah, so leading up to the game, we do shape work. You kind of get a feeling that you might be in the squad, you might be in the team. But I think the experience of playing there with Derby last season and winning gave me that feeling of I've played here before. I know how it kind of feels like. I know it was in the Cup and it's not in the Premier League, but you kind of get that feeling. And then obviously going into this one, I kind of felt how it would be. And it's obviously unbelievable to make your debut at Old Trafford.
Feel like it's your stage, those kind of big occasions?
Yeah, it's just what you dream of, to play at these stadiums, Old Trafford, Stamford Bridge. You always dream of playing at big games at these stadiums. So yeah, I've always wanted to play, and when I have my opportunity, I always want to take it.
Hi Mason. After the two semi-final defeats in the past couple of years, there's been a lot of bemoaning the fact that England maybe still don't have that midfield playmaker like a Modric or De Jong in those type of games. I know you may be playing a slightly more advanced position, but do you see yourself as being that kind of player that can take England on that next level?
I always, as I said before, see myself as an attacking midfielder that can score goals and that can create chances. That's my kind of always focused on doing that in a game. So yeah, that's always hoping whenever I get the chance to play that I can do that. So if I can do that for England, that's obviously such a massive moment for me. If I do that at club level, it's massive. So yeah, I think whenever I get a chance, that's my focus.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers, thank you.